Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello my dear students, welcome to economics online classes. In the previous class we studied regarding the organization of data and regarding the how to organize data, raw data, variables, types of variables, continuous variable, discrete variable and examples we studied. So let us study the frequency distribution. So as you know that frequency distribution is used in the statistics to simplify or to comprehensive the data. Whatever collected data we should simplify it and we should make it is in a simple manner to understand for the others. Thus this frequency distribution is used to understand the statistical data and to understand the problems and to solve the statistical problems. It is also said to be the statistical tool to develop the economic analysis. Thus frequency distribution, in frequency distribution we are going to study the I said what is class, what are class interval and two ends of a class are said to be the class limits, means two ends of class intervals are said to be the class limits. And remember once what is class width I said, and upper class limit, lower class limit, and to find the class mark or midpoint I said in the previous class. So let us see how to obtain the frequency curve through the frequency distribution. So it is a one example, table 1.1, I will give the name table 1.1. This table 1.1 will shows how to obtain the frequency curve from the frequency distribution. So what is frequency curve? First we should know what is frequency curve. Frequency curve. Frequency curve. Graphical representation of frequency distribution is said to be the frequency curve. Frequency curve is nothing but, students, it is a graphical representation of, it is a graphical representation of, frequency distribution, frequency distribution. So frequency curve is nothing but, students, frequency curve is a graphical representation. While representing the frequencies with the class intervals through the graph, then it is said to be the frequency curve. How we are going to obtain the frequency curve from the class intervals and frequency? By using the class intervals and frequencies. You can see the table 1.1 here as a example. So while this plotting these numbers through the graph, we are going to derive the frequency curve. So here what we are going to do means classes in the x-axis and frequencies in the y-axis. On the basis of this, classes in the x-axis we plot classes in the x-axis and frequencies in the y-axis, frequency in the y-axis. So by plotting this, after plotting the classes in the x-axis, frequencies in the y-axis, we are going to join all the plotted points. By joining all plotted points, we are going to derive frequency curve. By joining all plotted points, going to derive frequency curve. How to obtain the frequency curve? We obtain the frequency curve by plotting the classes in the x-axis and frequency in the y-axis. By joining all the plotted points in the x and y-axis, we are going to derive the frequency curve. Let us see how to derive the frequency curve on the basis of the class and frequency given here. So before going to the graphical representation of frequency, I will show you how to find lower class limit, upper class limit and class mark in the table. So see here, classes are given, marks scored by the students is lies in between 0 to 100 in mathematics. 0 to 100 in mathematics. So lowest marks is 0, highest marks is 100. Lowest marks is 0, highest marks is 100. So while preparing the frequency distribution, we should keep in mind 4 main points. First, size of the class interval, number of classes should be added, and determining the class limit and how to determine the frequency. Thus, lowest number is 0, highest number is 100. So through the range we are going to obtain the frequency. Thus, how to find the range? Range is nothing but, students, if the numbers are very large, it is difficult to cumbersome these calculations. Thus, to find the range, L minus S. Range R is equal to L minus S. So we should see the largest value to the smallest value. Before going to arrange these classes, how to arrange the class is the doubt for some students. Some scored 0, some scored 10, 20, 50, 100, 90 like that. So we should see the lowest value and highest value in the raw data. In the raw data we should see the lowest value is 0, highest value is 100, means 0 to 100 first we are going to take like that. Thus 0 is there, 100 is there. How to obtain the class? ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. So 0 minus 100, L minus S. L is largest value 100 minus smallest value is 0. Thus 100 here. Thus 0 to 100 we should take the range, means we should take the width as 0 to 10. 0 to 10. One class should contain 0 to 10 is the first class, 10 to 20 is the class 2, 20 to 30 is the class 3, 30 to 40 is the class 4. Like this we are taking the class intervals. While taking the class intervals, we should consider the range. Range means it is the differences between the upper class limit and the lower class limit. Thus largest value and smallest value in the observation we are going to take while calculating the frequency distribution and while arranging the classes with the frequencies. So frequencies are the number of times values repeated in the observations. Frequency means number of times values repeated in the observations, or number of times values occurs in the observation are said to be the frequencies. While adding all these frequencies, that is said to be the n, number of observations, means total observation. N means total observation. Let us see the lower class limit in the example given. So as I said, left side of the class interval is lower class limit and right side of the class interval highest values are the upper class limit. Let us see the lower class limit from the class interval. 0 and 10 is there. 0 is the lower class limit and 10 is the upper class limit. Here 0 is the lower class limit and 10 is the upper class limit. Thus 0 lower class limit, 10 is upper class limit. So in 10 to 20 classes, 10 is the lower class limit, 20 is the upper class limit. Next one, 20 to 30 is there, class interval width is 20 to 30. 20 is the lowest value, 30 is the highest value. So lowest value we are considering as lower class limit and highest value is 30 is considering as upper class limit. Then 40 to 50 class, in that 40 is the lower class limit, 50 is the upper class limit. Next 50 to 60 is there, in that 50 is the lower class limit, 60 is the upper class limit. 60 to 70 class interval when you are considering 60 is the lowest value, 70 is the highest value. The 60 is lower class limit, 70 is the upper class limit. 70 to 80 also same, 70 is the lower class limit, 80 is the upper class limit. 80 to 90, 80 is the lower class limit and 90 is the upper class limit. So same as 0 to 10, 10 to 20 and 80 to 90, 90 to 100 also, 90 is the lower limit, 100 is the upper limit, 100 is the upper limit. Thus now you came to know the left side of the values are lower class limit values, right side of the class interval values are the upper class limits. So lower class limits now 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 till 90. Upper class limits are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Same I read this number opted here, see 0, 10, 20, then 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So 30 to 40, here 30 is the upper class limit, lower class limit, 40 is the upper class limit. Same as upper class limits 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Let us see how to calculate the class mark. Class mark means class midpoint. Already I said class mark is equal to upper class limit plus lower class limit divided by 2. Now take down the first class, 0 plus 10 divided by 2. Class mark is equal to CM 10, 0 plus 10, upper class limit first you have to take 10 plus 0 divided by 2, that is 5. Class midpoint is 5. For a class 0 to 10, frequency is 1 student scored marks in between 0 to 10, lower limit is 0, upper class limit is 10 and class midpoint is 5. Next is 10 to 20, 10 plus 20, 20 first you have to take upper class limit as a formula plus 10 divided by 2. Second one 20 plus 10 is 30, 30 divided by 2, that is 15. So next 10 to 20 class midpoint is 15. As it is you are going to take the class midpoint with the help of the class mark formula, that is upper class limit plus lower class limit divided by 2. Next one is 20 to 30. 30 as per the norms formula, first we have to take the upper class limit and next we have to take the lower class limit. 30 plus 20 divided by 2, that is 50 divided by 2. So 50 divided by 2 is 35. 20 to 30, sorry 20 to 30, 25. 25. Class midpoint in between 20 to 30 is 25. As like you are going to find the class mark 30 to 40, 40 plus 30, 70, 70 divided by 2, that is 35. 35. Again 40 to 50, 50 plus 40 is 90, 90 divided by 2, that is 45. 90 divided by 5 is 45. Like that we are going to consider the midpoint. 50 plus 60, 110 divided by 2, 55. 55. Next is 60 to 70, 60 plus 70 divided by 2, that is 65. Next is 70 to 80, next midpoint is 75. 80 to 90, 85, 90 to 100, 95. Like this you are going to take the class mark. If the classes are in like this exclusive method, this method is said to be the exclusive method of class interval in the frequency distribution. There are two methods in the frequency distribution, students. One is inclusive method and one more is exclusive method. This is the best example for exclusive method of class interval. In the exclusive method of class interval, so see here 0 to 10 is their class interval. So upper class limit is added in the next class interval of lower class limit. 0 to 10, 10 is the upper class limit. So we are adding this upper class limit 10 to the next class of the lower class limit of the second class, that is 10 to 20. But while considering, while calculating, marks scored by the student is 0 to 10 means we are taking not including the 10 in the first class interval. Suppose the marks scored by the student is 0 to 10 is there. Just 0 to 9 we are considering here. 10 we should add in the next class interval, including in the next class interval and excluding the upper class in the first class interval. So there are two methods of frequency distribution, exclusive method and inclusive method of frequency distribution. So by this you understood that classes, how to find the class interval and frequencies, number of times values occurred in the observation, lower class limit, upper class limit and class mark. Let us see how to draw the frequency curve. With the help of this frequency table, just we are considering the class and frequency. With the help of class and frequency, as I said, it is a graphical representation of frequency distribution. Frequency curve is nothing but it is the freehand curve. It is also said to be the freehand curve or smooth hand curve. It is a smooth curve drawn through the free hand. No need of using any scale or something. Just by using the this smooth graphical representation curves, you are going to derive the frequency curve. Thus, in the frequency curve, I said classes in the x-axis. We should plot the classes in the x-axis. Classes means this one 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. This in the which one x-axis, and frequency in the y-axis. Number of values occurred in the observation in the y-axis. So after that we are going to join the plotted points. See here, we should take the x-axis and y-axis as it is, x-axis and y-axis. So here what we are going to do means we should take the classes in the x-axis. 0 to 100 is there, it is very lengthy. So what I said, we should find the range. To obtain the frequency curve, we should find the range. No need of calculating, by yourself you can imagine what is the width of the classes should I take. So we can take the 0 to 25 as the y-axis until 0 to 100 in the x-axis. 0 you can take as a 20 width, 20, 40, 60, 1 centimeter is equal to 2 scale you can take, 80, 100. So to obtain the frequency we are going to take the scale to centimeter, to 1 centimeter is equal to 2. 1 centimeter is equal to 2. Scale we have to take 1 centimeter is equal to 2, that is width 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So to simplify the values we are taking the 0 to 100. Next we are going to take 0, 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, enough, 20, 25. Frequency curve. So how to obtain the frequency curve? So to obtain the frequency curve we should take the scale as, I will take the scale in the x-axis. 1 centimeter is equal to 10, 1 centimeter is equal to 2, that is 20, 1 centimeter is equal to, I taken 20 width. In the y-axis I taken 5, x-axis scale, y-axis scale taken as 1 centimeter is equal to 5. 1 centimeter is equal to 5. So just you are going to concentrate on the frequency and classes. Frequency and classes. 0 to 10. How many observations are there? Only one observation is there. 0 to 10 only one observation is there. Thus, here we are going to consider 0 to 10 lies in between 0 to 20. So, only one observation is here. 1. Next is 10 to 20. 8 frequency 8 is there. Number 8 students scored 10 to 20 observations. 8. 10 to 20. Thus 10 to 20 8 observations. 8 observations, nearly here it comes. 8 observations. And 20 to 30 6 observations. 20 to 30 6 observations. 6 observations. Again 30 to 40 7 observation. 30 to 40 7 observation. 6 7. 40 to 50 21. 40 to 50 21. It comes here. 21. Then 50 to 60 23. 50 to 60. 50 lies in between 40 and 60. 50 to 60 23. 23. Then 60 to 70 19. 60 to 70. 70 lies in between the 60 and 80. 70 here. So 60 to 70 19. 19. Next 70 to 86. 70 to 86. 6. 80 to 95. 80 to 90. 90 lies in between 80 and 100. 90. 80 to 90 is 5. 90 to 100 4. 90 to 100 4. 90 to 100. That is 4. So now all the values I plotted in the graph. Just I plot this plotted in the graphs. After that, how to obtain the frequency curve is a question. Frequency curve means I said graphical representation of frequency distribution is said to be the frequency curve. Graphical representation of frequency distribution, class interval with the help of frequencies y and x axis. So as I said, classes should be plotted in the x axis and frequencies in the y axis. Yes, it is a classes and it is the frequency. Classes and frequency. So now I have plotted all the numbers in x and y axis. Now how to obtain frequency curve means by joining all the plotted points. Now I have to join all the plotted points through the smooth freehand curve. Smooth freehand curve. So now we got the frequency curve. This smooth freehand curve is said to be the frequency curve. Frequency curve. It is a frequency curve. Frequency curve is nothing but it is a graphical representation of frequency distribution. Now you can see the curve with the help of frequencies, with the help of class intervals. I drawn the frequency curve. Now you can see easily how to obtain the frequency curve by joining all the plotted points in the OX and OY axis. With the help of graph we can obtain a frequency curve. So after obtaining all these, joining all the points, we are going to get the frequency curve. It is also said to be the smooth freehand curve. Smooth freehand curve. Freehand curve. It is a smooth freehand curve, or it is also said to be the frequency curve. Curve which is, by the frequencies we are joining the edges of the frequencies, then we are going to get the frequency curve. So this is about the how to derive the frequency curve from the frequency distribution. Very important for 4 marks. How to obtain the frequency curve from the frequency distribution by joining all the classes, class interval and frequency with the help of the graph. By joining all the plotted points in the x and y axis, we are going to derive the smooth freehand curve. It is said to be the frequency curve. Next we are going to study about the tally marking. So how to obtain a tally marking? From the same table I will show you how to obtain a tally marking. So it is easy to calculate the frequency distribution with the help of the tally marking. So for example, if the marks scored by the students in the mathematics examination is in between 0 to 100. Marks exam is for the 100 marks, means someone can score 100 and some may score 0. So marks lies in between 0 to 100 means we have to take the this class interval width 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, like that 90 to 100, till 90 to 100. Frequency is already given as a observation. So lower class limit, upper class limit and class marks you came to know. Now I will add one more column, that is tally marking. Tally marking. Tally mark. So tally mark is denoted by the symbol, just a one tally symbol. It is a tally symbol. So by marking this symbol, one can know that it will be the tally mark. It is easy to find the frequencies. Tally mark is used to find the frequencies. So it will avoid the chance of missing of any data. Thus 0 to 10, 0 to 10 frequency is 1. 0 to 10 frequency is 1. Then 10 to 20 frequency is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. After 4, while 5 comes, you should cross the tally mark. 5, 6, 7, 8. So next is 20 to 30, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next 30 to 47. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next is 40 to 50, that is 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 21 is there. 17, 18, 19, 20. 21. 21. So cross marks denotes after the 4 it is 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 21. Next is 50 to 60, that is 23. 50 to 60, that is 23. 23. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23. Next is 60 to 70, 19. 60 to 70, 19. 15, 17, 18, 19. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Next is 70 to 80, frequency is number of observation is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next is 80 to 90. Observation is 5. Thus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next is 90 to 100. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So like this you are going to, on the basis of observations also you can make the tally mark. So suppose first you can mark the tallies as through the given observations. Then on the basis of this tally mark you can write the frequencies. 1 is there, you can write in front of that 1. How much is there? You should count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like that also you can mark the tally marking. So tally marking is very important. It will reduce the time and it will very important to calculate the frequency distribution. In the frequency distribution, tally mark is having its own significance. So by that it is very easy to count the datas and number of missing chance is very less by using the tally marking. So this is about the how to obtain the tally marking and how to obtain the frequency curve from the given observations, from the given frequency and class intervals. So as I said, classes are given, frequency given. So you are going to find the lower class limit, upper class limit, class mark. After that you have to draw the smooth freehand curve, that is frequency curve, with the help of the graph. Then we are going to get a smooth freehand curve along with the OX and OY axis. So graphical representation of frequency distribution is said to be the frequency curve. So next, tally marking. So first you can do the tally marking and next you can write the frequencies. This is left according to the observation given in the raw data. Thank you for watching this video.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.